Imagine standing under a bridge and looking up at a hundreds of tons moving building, slowly crawling right over your head. The moment the super heavy vehicle pressed down on the bridge, spans made everyone hold their breath, hearts pounding in fear of a worst-case scenario. Yet, under the millimeter-perfect coordination of the experts, the mechanical monster passed safely, leaving onlookers completely amazed. Those steel bridge spans definitely had a back-breaking workday. Can you believe a 400-ton monster can actually travel on public roads? General Electric's world's largest gas turbine did the impossible, taking over a 100-meter-long convoy, weighing a record 820 tons just to move. Watching this colossal machine creep through the streets really shows the flawless coordination of top-tier engineers. Is there any road strong enough to withstand this ultimate heavyweight guest? How do you move a component as long as a football field and weighing 820 tons to its workplace? This massive petrochemical splitter is turning heads on Edmonton streets to fulfill its mission for Canada's recycled plastics industry. Watching this giant convoy crawl meter by meter, you truly understand the limits of heavy transport. The asphalt must be silently praying under that breathtaking weight. Make way for the highway beast. A powerful 2006 Peterbilt truck is roaring to haul a 1-2 axle Goldhofer hydraulic trailer, carrying a massive 210-ton American crawler crane on its back. This spectacular scene looks like a mechanical monster swallowing the road whole, leaving onlookers completely stunned. Get ready to witness the absolute peak of heavy-duty transportation. Have you ever been pulled over by a 4-ton police officer demanding a toll? In Thailand, playful elephants regularly set up checkpoints in the middle of the road to collect traffic tax in the form of a few sugar canes from passing drivers. Anyone stingy enough to drive past gets a good scare from these big bosses, sometimes fleeing and leaving their vehicles behind. Surely no driver would dare report to the police when encountering these very special traffic wardens. Moving a massive steel giant like Unit 2 GT through the narrow village roads of North Leverton is definitely not for the faint of heart. The ALE crew turned impossible turns into a runway of pure precision as they hauled this super heavy machine from Cottam Power Station to West Burton. The mega convoy crept centimeter by centimeter in a breathtaking slow dance, turning a brutal journey into a masterclass of engineering. Talk about a nerve-wracking stroll by the gods of heavy transport. Would you dare risk your life on a battered motorbike, flying down a steep slope with massive timber strapped to your back? In West Cilacap, Indonesia, Local men are leaving onlookers completely covered in goosebumps with this high-stakes logging hustle on narrow, vertical jungle trails. Watching them strain every muscle to keep their two-wheeled steeds balanced, anyone would hold their breath praying for a safe run. Talk about a job that demands a cold mind and a heart of absolute steel. How do you bring a deep-sea monster like the German U-17 submarine ashore without scratching the paint? The engineers at the Technikspire Museum answered with a massive 3.8 axle heavy transport vehicle, turning this journey into a breathtaking action movie on land. Watching this giant steel beast creep through city streets really shows the mind-blowing combination of mechanical power and precise calculation. Talk about a one-of-a-kind road trip for a deep-sea titan. A 50-meter long, 350-ton monster just made a breathtaking journey through small towns to reach the Millbrook Power Station. The ultimate challenge arose at a complex roundabout, forcing Aleli's experts to meticulously maneuver centimeter by centimeter to avoid a traffic trap. This 7-9-mile journey lasted nearly 22 grueling hours, feeling just like an action movie under strict police escort. Local drivers probably experienced the most spectacular traffic jam of their entire lives. How does a 50-meter long giant snake smoothly glide through tight corners on the M1 highway without causing a total traffic meltdown? The Aleli's crew turned the transport of a mega gas turbine to the Millbrook Power Station into an absolute masterclass of engineering with millimeter precision. Watching this super heavy steel beast gracefully snake down the asphalt left onlookers frozen in awe of modern engineering. Is there any corner tight enough to challenge this ultimate convoy? How do you thread a miles-long wind turbine blade through mountain corners as tight as a needle's eye in Japan? At the Super Wing Carrier site, drivers must hold their breath and strain their brains to guide this renewable energy treasure centimeter by breathtaking centimeter. Behind every turbine, standing tall against the blue sky, are genius minds and pure sweat powering the country's green future. Do you think you have the patience to sit behind the wheel of this mega vehicle? The quiet night in Olton was suddenly pierced by a 3.8-meter mechanical monster quietly rolling into the intersection. It was hauling a massive transformer weighing nearly 117 tons, racing against the clock to clear the city before the first light of dawn. Watching the driver's mind-blowing skill as they maneuvered this bulky steel giant through tight streets felt just like watching a real-life Hollywood action movie. Talk about a breathtaking race against time. Would you dare drive a fully loaded sugarcane truck across a fragile, creaking wooden bridge over a canal? In Camargue Bay, Brazil, heavy tractors and trucks gamble with their lives daily on this highway to hell, leaving onlookers holding their breath at every dip of the timber. Watching this nerve-wracking scene, anyone would find themselves praying for the driver's safety. One can't help but wonder how much longer Lady Luck will keep protecting this bridge. Watching the massive sheer CI 13000 steel claw brutally devour a full-size truck really shows you just how fragile metal can be. This super scrap shear features a flexible 360-degree rotation and a terrifyingly sharp blade, shredding thick metal plating into tiny pieces like a cheap toy. It is truly a destructive titan, born to be the ultimate boss in the metal recycling industry. Is there any stubborn engine block out there that could survive this deadly crunch?
Okay.
Welcome to the ultimate heavy-duty gauntlet for mega transports at Japan's Route 51. To squeeze through roads so narrow that the vehicles literally have to shrink, Yashiken's veteran drivers turn their mini-trailer into a true dancer with millimeter-perfect steering. Watching them creep through these dead ends really shows how human patience and skill can conquer any terrain limit. Is there any corner tight enough to challenge these golden hands? Imagine a 600,000-pound moving castle casually rolling right through a city intersection. Omega Morgan's 500-ton high-frame trailer had to enlist 7 heavy-duty trucks, pushing and pulling just to escort this steel titan across a 9-7-mile journey. Watching this mechanical beast with a record-breaking total weight of 1.5 million pounds crawl by, onlookers could only gape in absolute awe at the grandeur of heavy transport. Do you think the asphalt is secretly screaming under that breathtaking weight? An endless Union Pacific military train is heavily rolling through the cliffs of Gilbert, Arizona, loaded with tanks and specialized military vehicles. The harsh clanking of steel tracks echoes through the valley, shattering the silence and leaving onlookers with a cold sense of anxiety about global peace. Against such a peaceful and majestic natural backdrop, the sudden appearance of these steel titans feels completely surreal. How do you haul 20 cubic meters of massive timber down a steep mountainside without turning it into a landslide disaster? The heavy-duty LKT-81 tractor turned this deadly challenge into a masterclass of skill, firmly holding the giant logs as they grip down the slope. Watching the driver steer with centimeter-perfect precision through the treacherous terrain truly redefines what it means to be a professional logger. Will the mountain's gravity finally surrender to these golden hands? Forget the Komatsu D575 or Caterpillar D11, because this is the true mechanical king, packing a devastating 1,300 horsepower from twin Caterpillar engines. After the collapse of the ACO company, this legendary bulldozer was luckily rescued by a collector in Portogruaro to preserve its legacy. The journey to relocate this giant steel beast in 2012 cemented it as an immortal icon of the heavy equipment industry. Is there any terrain strong enough to withstand the blade of this one-of-a-kind monster? An army of excavators of all shapes and sizes just turned the streets into a spectacular outdoor mechanical runway. Under the coordination of Sachijuki Kogyo, this eye-catching convoy of heavy-duty trucks roared powerfully as they conquered a steep slope together. Watching this bustling fleet roll out, onlookers can easily guess that a mega construction project is about to break ground. Other construction sites nearby better watch out for the arrival of this powerful armada. How do you haul a 8.3-meter long giant wing across multiple highways from Germany to the Netherlands without a single scratch? A specialized convoy driven by veteran truckers is turning routes a 12 and a 50 into a breathtaking engineering runway, where every single turn must be centimeter perfect to protect this mega blade. Watching this colossal structure gracefully slide down the asphalt truly redefines the peak of human ingenuity. Would you dare challenge yourself behind such an endlessly long steering wheel? Forget ordinary loaders, because the Latorno L 1850 stands tall like a giant mechanical crab, with a monster bucket devouring 33 cubic yards of rock in a single scoop. This mega machine specifically dominates mining trucks from 190 to 320 tons, turning the heaviest workloads into a casual sandbox game. Every single lift is a powerful display of mechanical muscle that leaves onlookers completely stunned. Is there any rocky mountain strong enough to stand its ground against this predatory steel claw? Watch how the state-of-the-art SLARS 3 recovery system effortlessly scoops a massive RNLI lifeboat out of the water in no time. Following a few minor mishaps out at sea, this resilient vessel suddenly looks small as it smoothly glides across the surface under the wing of advanced engineering. The lift is so incredibly fluid that the colossal boat appears as light as a paper origami. When mechanical muscle meets human ingenuity, every crisis is just a walk in the park.